and welcome to Add More Zest. My name's Rebecca, also known as 4Kids at 147, and it's time to dekit our December calendar painting that was completed between the 1st and the 24th of December. So I do have a little bit of pipe blagging, pipe insulation, depending on what you call it in your country, that I have rolled this onto to keep it safe. It basically stops the weight of the diamonds squishing the diamond painting. It's forced to stay in a loop. But it is time to break down the diamonds. Ooh, focus camera, come on. You've got something to focus on. Doesn't like a plain white desk. So I have all the diamonds here from that painting I did in December. But I also have, due to forgetting about it, all the same diamonds. I actually have some that I pulled out. We did have an issue with a colour of one of these. I think it was that one, 3753, in the original kit. But because I did one in the middle of the year to use as an example, we were able to change out those diamonds to the correct colour before any were shipped. So because of that, I do have my 3753 diamonds already out. But what I thought is I may as well dekit them both together because they're exactly the same colours. I just have 2 bottles of each. So this will be the last dekitting working with these diamonds in 3 boxes. I will be transferring to 4. I think from my video schedule, it might be tomorrow's, might be the day after's. Anyway, I will be and I've just put them in and forgot to do the second bowl. So yeah, I will be transferring these into 4. I could potentially take out these dividers, use the small bookmarks instead and give myself more room, but to be honest, I don't know how long that is going to last, so I figured I may as well just bite the bullet, should we say, and do the change now rather than later. So let me just grab the only bin I now have in here, because all the others have moved to the new shop space. Where did I put my 310s? I think I've done this every time I've dekitted since I've been in this craft room. I'm like, where did I put my 310s? Found them. So my 310s are just stored in a huge bag. And whenever I need any, I just pop in my pot and scoop to get them out. So I'm taking my little labels off as I go. So far I'm getting no residue, which is awesome. But this will be a good dekitting. I've got quite a few dekittings coming up over the next few weeks. I've tried to spread them out, so there'll be like a dekitting a week for quite a while I get through all of my sort of December kits that I have done, of which there is a few that need to be broken down. Joys of doing the December event means I'm not up to date on dekitting, but it does feel good to sort of work on getting them all done throughout January. I do feel like I'm having a proper sort of tidy up and sort out, which is always good fun, or I like it anyway. I like having a sort out, clear out, reevaluate of how things work over the course of the month of January. We have a few sort of intensive spurts, maybe in different areas of the house. But while the kids were off between Christmas and New Year. We did get a couple of things sorted, like clearing out the games cupboard. We have a cupboard in our hallway tucked under the stairs that is used for games. It is 414. That's used for games, and we add to it throughout the year. But it tends to be Christmas that it always ends up getting sorted out properly and actually sort of debugged, should we say. So yeah, we've done a few different places in the house. We've not done everywhere, but I like to work through in January a few different places, getting things sort of sorted out. And I feel like diamond painting wise, getting these dekittings done over this month, while I'm still sort of messing a little bit with my craft room, getting the space how I like it and how works for me. It gives me a chance to sort of potter in here a few times rather than once. I find, you know, sometimes you can organise somewhere and it can be perfect for that space, and other times you need to sort of change things a bit at a time and see how they work, because sometimes I find that a certain organisation is absolutely perfect in my head, but when it actually comes to practicality, it's not always ideal or not always the best way to do something. So as much as I would love a perfectly organised home all the time, it doesn't work that way. It takes work. So yeah, I feel like all this dekitting in January is good for my soul. It sort of clears some of my space. I have a shelf in my craft room currently that is for sort of YouTube videos to do, which tends to be mainly dekittings. I also have some unboxings, though most of those are too big for a shelf. So I have like a couple of zones in my craft room that are ready for videos to do. And I feel like January is the month I would like to get that clear. And I feel like I'm going to be chasing my tail a little bit. Some videos are going to go into February, I know that, partly because of having scheduled some already, but it would be nice to get it as clear as possible, as quick as possible. I've very nearly finished my Diamond Art Club mystery painting. I have decided to, part of my 2024 goal was to whittle down my amount of whips. I've enjoyed it for a bit. I did enjoy the process of having multiple paintings kitted up and letting the app decide. However, when life got busy and I wasn't diamond painting as much, so when I was diamond painting every evening, having 3 or 4 projects kitted up worked really well. I really enjoyed it. However, when life got busy and I wasn't able to have every evening to work on diamond paintings, the amount of whips that I had got more daunting than nice. So I think I need to accept the fact that life here is very busy, which it is, constantly. Yeah, I need to sort of embrace the fact, really, that life here is very busy, and while I'll still have a little bit of variety with my kitted up paintings, I'm going to tone it down quite a bit. So I've nearly finished my mystery. I have finished that box, so let me get box number 2. Once I finish that one, I'm not going to kit up one to replace it. I'm not kitting up one to replace White Christmas. I was going to kit up a round one. I actually keep moving that video to prep a round one. I keep moving it further and further back as and when I have other things that I can fill it with, like de-kittings. Yeah, I keep moving it further and further down my list. So hopefully I will have finished my 2 current big ones before I kit up my next one. And I might do a round for a change and then do a couple of square. But I figured if I keep focusing on doing my current whips and have my other videos that I want to do, of which there's quite a few. So I'll have, of course, a lot of de-kittings, but instead of, say, a lot of preparation videos to go along with, I've actually got things like my Heaven and Earth design reveal that was this week. I've also got my craft room tour that I need to do. I've got the new Add More Zest space tour that I need to do. So those videos will sort of replace potential preparation videos while I catch up on life. Catch up on diamond paintings I have already kitted up. And then when I do one, you'll probably be able to see more of it with whip and waffles and things, more of the progress as it goes on. I still haven't touched my purple tiger since the last whip and waffle. Though having said that, as you guys are watching this, I'm actually filming this video, which is a midweek video, before my whip and waffle for the weekend, because I'm hoping to have a long whip and waffle. So I'm filming out of order this week. Catherine's still home from uni for the next day or 2. So I'm filming basically everything else for through the week in the hope that Saturday morning I can do a really long whip and waffle and get through all the rest of the Advent questions. And I haven't yet decided if I'm going to do the whip and waffle and finish off Purple Tiger. You guys will know the answer to this already, but I don't know whether to finish off Purple Tiger or to do some more of my Diamond Art Studio. I'm kind of tempted to do Purple Tiger because it is another painting that I want to finish. And once my Diamond Art Club Mystery is finished, I was going to move on to that one anyway, because then I sort of get 2 ticked off my list quite quickly. So yeah, I might do that one with you. Sort of you're getting me thinking about it / deciding while I'm at it, because I can then do my Diamond Art Studio the week after when it's my current whip. So yeah, I might do that. I might work on Purple Tiger because it should be as good, or it should have been, because of course you guys will have seen it already, a good long whip and waffle, provided life doesn't throw a curveball at me. Going through all the last of the December Advent comments, all that sort of stuff, and maybe I can box off another whip while I'm at it, though it will add another de-kitting to my list. And I have a few. What do I have at the moment? Let me think. So at the moment, de-kittings that are coming up, I scheduled them in. I don't know which order, but I think I've tried to do them like one a week. I've got 2 Paint Gen mini sets, which I'm going to de-kit together. I have already done the books, so I will showcase you the completed ones when they're finished. So I have that. I also have, well, what else do I have? Oh, so I do only have the 2 Paint Gem Minis and then my Diamond Art Studio Advent calendar that they did for Christmas this year. They're the 2 that I have to dekit now. The Diamond Art Studio Mystery Painting, I think I've put it into my schedule to dekit at the beginning of next month because I'm that close to finishing it. I have like 8 sections left, though I have done some of it. I actually got quite brave. I peeled off 8 cover paper size sections and I've just been doing each colour to finish it off. I think when you get to the end, or at least it works for me, when you get to the end of a diamond painting, my brain wants to get it finished. It's exciting. Finishing a painting is just as good as kitting it up and sort of starting a painting. So I've uncovered 8 sections at once and I'm going through the colours one by one, finishing them all off. So I've done a little bit of it, but I've not done loads. What else do I have on my little pile of to-dos? I have quite a few unboxings. I actually have a backlog of Dreamer designs, which I've been purchasing on impulse because they keep releasing ones that are absolutely stinking gorgeous. So I have a few of those to unbox. I've also spread those out, try and keep the varieties going. So I have a few Dreamer designs to unbox. I have a couple of Diamond Art Studios to unbox. I've not scheduled those in yet. I was waiting for the restocks, but I've heard the restocks are coming this month. So I might have to jiggery-pokery and see where I can schedule some of those in. So when I'm showing you guys, you've got the option of actually being able to purchase at the same time. I've got 1 Paint Gem mini set and an extra accessory type thing that I got with it. That's 3706. Let's try looking for the right number. That's 3 6s. So yeah, loads upcoming. I do need to give this craft room sort of a bit of a final sort so that I can do a tour of it soon and showcase that to you all. And then I am planning on doing one of the new shop space as well. I'm just waiting on that one. I'm waiting on our clearance launch, which as you're watching this, I think it's this Friday. I'm not actually sure what date this one's due to go up. But yeah, I'm sort of waiting for our clearance because that sort of straightens everything out a little bit. Gets the shop a little bit tidier because at the moment it's absolute flipping chaos. It's been tidy, it's been beautiful, then it's gone chaotic, and then it gets beautiful and tidy again, and then it gets chaotic again. Is anybody else that fine? That is the way with life. We've also been revamping the conservatory a bit since the tree went down, making that more homely. Definitely getting there, a lot more homely in there. A couple of little touches and I reckon we'll be there, which is amazing. It's exactly what I wanted with having the new shop space, was to be able to make the conservatory feel more homely. So yeah, loads on the horizon. Do let me know any videos wise that you do want to see, especially if it's anything that's a little bit different. I have scheduled in a tips and tricks video to start bringing those back little bit by little bit. So that will also help in relation to preparation videos and making sure that they are, you know, that they're covered as such till I get to the point where I actually get through my whips. So you won't be missing out on any videos, believe me. There are a couple of weeks that I actually have 6 videos on this channel instead of the 5 that I normally have. It's normally around shop launch weekend, so that's sort of an extra video rather than one of my 5. But yeah, I do find, especially after events, after the likes of the December event and the June event, I do find I often have loads of videos to do that could fill my schedule up to the likes of 7 videos a week that I used to do. However, I then find that a bit later on I may struggle to fill a week, and it gets very, very time consuming. So even now I have videos I can do that will allow, sorry, hang on, let me find the next number. While I have videos that I can do that would allow me to do, say, more a week, or get ahead with videos being scheduled, I just don't find I have the time to do ahead videos. I occasionally get a couple done and then something happens and I just end up doing the week's videos the weekend before. But it's all good. It'll all work out in the end. I've got loads of video ideas that I've not got round to doing at all. So we'll see if any of those can happen in 2024. But for now, we've got showcasing spaces and clean up is the theme. And I've just put that one away. See, I've gone into automatic pilot and just emptied 1 bottle because I'm not used to dekitting 2 that are the same number. When they're different numbers and I'm dekitting 2, of course I'm scanning across both boxes. But because I know the numbers match, I'm not scanning across 2 boxes the same way. And to note, I do know that number where we replaced the diamonds because they weren't quite the right shade, I did put all the diamonds into the same bag. So it did end up with some pale green and some pale blue. That is intentional. If we've had a different colour from one company, albeit it didn't work with our design and we changed it, it doesn't mean that we won't end up needing spares in either the one that looks more green or the one that looks more blue. So I keep them both in the same bag, and then if I ever need to replace them, they're together. Right, 3822, very nearly there. I've only got 3 more colours. I've got a couple of different shades in this one as well. So can we see, I've had a painting with this paler green, I've then had a painting with more of a mustard, and then now I've just added those 2 with, sorry, not green, yellow. Memory's going. It looks a bit like sand art, doesn't it? But I'd rather have them all in the same bag because I limit myself to 1 bag. And then I can pick whichever is the closest match if and when I need spares. But I did go to Hobbycraft the other evening to get myself another spares box. They don't do this same design anymore. They keep changing some of the designs. It's actually quite frustrating, but anyway. So I got one. I'm planning on using these. I've got 6 of these. So I am planning on using these for my spares. So these are the ones you'll see on video more than anything. But then I have got another box that I'm going to transfer some of my giveaway diamonds into. And they'll just be a different box. Because what can you do? You can't win them all. It's still pretty. It's not that pretty, but it's still pretty. Right, 3865. I did actually end up emptying this one quite a bit, but I do have quite a lot to put in, and these actually look a bit more like 5200 as well. Maybe I need to start a bag for 3865, a bit like I have a bag with my 310 in, because I have pretty much filled up that bag. It's got a couple of different shadings, but I've filled it up already. Anyway, that has been a complete waffly one. This is probably because I've not done my whip and chat first. Normally I will film my whip and chat first, and then I know what I've discussed in my whip and chat, and then I chat other stuff in my dekittings, but not today. Okay, so I did think I was going to get away without using Goo Gone on these, but there is a couple of little places that need it. So if I can get through the childproof bottle. So I use Goo Gone, smells of oranges, and I've got this old rag that is purely used for Goo Gone. There is only a little bit of residue on some of them, but I like to clean up my bottles when I've finished a painting, because when I've got a nice shiny new painting that has not seen diamonds before, I want them to go in nice clean cases. So I like to clean them off beforehand, and then whenever I of course open this case for my next dekitting, it will look beautiful, or beautiful-ish. It won't look brand new, but it'll look closer. Okay, so that's one. And then this is a 42 bottle case. I do have 2 of them, but one of the kids has the other one, I think. Yeah, one of the kids has the other one. So it would be nice to put this one back in the mix. This one hasn't been in the mix since like June, because I forgot to dekit the thing. It's because I wasn't doing it on camera, that's why. If I'm doing it on camera, it gets on my YouTube schedule and then I don't forget. But it's not very often I kit something up or dekit it off camera, so set to confuse me. But anyway, that is 2 cases dekitted. Woohoo! They can now go onto my case with all my other storage cases ready for future ones to kit up. I do like to change the cases about, and I say sometimes if I get to diamond paint a lot, I may end up kitting up more than one. I'm going to try and limit that this year, but we'll see how that goes, because when I get the bug to do it, I might just do it anyway. But there we go. Thank you so much for joining me for this breakdown and waffle about everything and nothing. But I'll speak to you, and I'll speak to you all again soon.